Orphans in Congo, Africa. What would it look like? Today, I decided to investigate more in depth about local orphans here in the capital city of Democratic Republic of Congo, Kinshasa, here in Africa. I wanted to have a deeper understanding of their early family, childhoods, educations, and their current life. The main character of today's video is going to be Betty, who has worked as our family maid for the past 10 years. Her parents left her at the age of 10 and she became an orphan since then at a very young age. She was one of the very fortunate orphans in this country, where she was able to be accepted to work for a foreign family as a babysitter till the age of 19. And then she's able to finish her last few years of high school education, rather than wandering around on the streets like most other orphans who begs for money and food. I have known Betty very well, as she has almost worked in my family for a decade now, and she's the most responsible and trustworthy housemaid our family has ever hired. It is not hard to say that Betty had become a part of our family, as we all know each other very well and for a long period of time. I decided to interview about her early life as an orphan and how she overcame these difficult challenges and were able to form a relatively wealthy family.
Je n'avais pas croisé les bras et j'avais pas personne à me faire vraiment scolariser. Et j'avais fait l'effort de trouver un petit travail à faire.
During the interview, I asked her questions like her early childhood and background, her difficulties and challenges, her education, and her current family, etc. She told me that losing her family has made a very big impact on her life, as she said she lacked proper nutrition and didn't have someone properly to take care of her and her younger siblings. She said she had tried very hard and gave a lot of effort to find a proper job like a babysitter at a very young age. She also believed in God, as that sense of hope and belief was able to motivate her to overcome those series of challenges in her life. Now, she is able to afford enough money not only to take care of herself, but also provide financial support for her younger brothers and sisters to go to universities. She also told me that she always believed to do the right practices and things that God had told her to do, such like don't betray the trust of someone who trusts you, don't hurt someone else's heart, and do not steal. Just trust the God and God will save you. I was deeply impressed and touched when I heard those sincere words, and I totally believe what she said was right, and it was true. Because as an orphan in Africa who had encountered so many such difficulties, she has not only overcome them, but also she never tried to do any wrong things and believed in justice. After hearing Betty's personal stories as an orphan, that makes me think about other poor orphans that I often see begging for money and food on the street almost every single day. As a background information, in DRC, there are about 41 million children, while there are over 800,000 homeless orphans in the country alone, which means on average, 1 out of every 50 local children here in DRC are homeless children. Thinking about this wild, crazy stats have already blown my mind. So how are lives, nutritions, educations, and mental states for all these innocent children who have lost their parents at a young age in the country look like? Are they all fortunate enough to find an adopted family or a job to continue their education and have a happy childhood? What are their future going to be like? There are so many questions left behind unanswered, and there is a bigger issue needed to be resolved for those poor orphans. They're just like us. All human beings deserve the equal rights to live happily and safely in this world. After this story, I will continue to help local charities and find ways to support local orphans as much as I could. Thank you for listening to this channel, and I will continue to update my progress of aiding charities and orphans in future videos.